What it do, what it is. It's your favorite sensei with the wordplay. It's Progress J. Super excited to be back with you all for another business interview series live on BAM, the business, the Black American market business interview series. Excuse me. Super excited to be here tonight with another guest, phenomenal guest that's going to be talking to us about music and what she does. She's phenomenal at her craft, and so I'm super excited to hear from her and just hear what she has to say. I'm definitely glad to be here with you all tonight. For those of you all that don't know, we host this business interview series Monday through Thursday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, and we are featuring Black business owners that are doing phenomenal things in their industries or in their different crafts with their different skills. So I'm always excited to be able to just interview so many phenomenal entrepreneurs that are doing great things and that are being able to connect and collaborate with so many different people. So I am the chief content writer at the Black American Market. And one of the things that I love about it is the fact that, we get to network and connect with so many like-minded professionals. And it's like a family at Black American Market. So if you haven't already done so, definitely go ahead and click the link in our Instagram bio. Check out some of the updates that we're doing and giving to the app, and even some of the unique features that are going on within the business directory and also the HBCU directory. So definitely looking forward to interviewing our guest tonight and just being able to see how she is continuing to thrive and strive in the music industry. She's super dope. She has some dope business ideas. She's a CEO of her own brand, and she's got a voice on it too. I might ask her to sing something tonight. So I'm definitely excited to have this opportunity to be just have this woman on. She's going to come on soon. So around in a few minutes, I'm going to allow her to come on and join us. I'm super excited to be able to have this interview. Been looking forward to it. So for those of you all that are joining in, definitely go ahead and share this live out with five of your most close followers. Definitely comment done when you have that. Super excited to connect with you all tonight. Shout out to Diverse Kids Clothing. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Definitely am ecstatic to have you all here. So it looks like our guest has entered the building. I'm going to go ahead and get her on the live, and we're going to get this thing started. I'm super excited to have you all today. Drop your city and the state. Drop your city and state in the chat. I want to know where you're from too, as well. So, super excited to have you all tonight. Appreciate you all for stopping by and enjoying this conversation with us. We're gonna kind of just take it to the next level and have a dope little conversation with you all tonight. Appreciate that. So, definitely, let's definitely wait for this young lady to come on. Let me see if she got the request that I sent her. I see ATL is in the building. That's dope to have ATL in the building. Okay, I see it. Got you. All right, let's see if that worked. Or let me attempt to do it one more time. North Carolina in the building. I see you. So let's see. I see the request, and I am attempting to bring you up. But I don't know if it's working. Hmm. There we-
Hi.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? How are you?
I'm doing quite all right. How are you, love?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate everything that you are doing. I had the phenomenal pleasure of doing my due diligence and my research on what you've done. I listened to a few of your records, and I saw some of the snacks as well. I got too much pandemic weight right on me right now, but I might want to, order some of those sweet snacks. But go ahead and introduce yourself. We're gonna get right into the interview. I appreciate your time and just how you show up and operate. So definitely go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl, Denequia, your original boss lady.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So tell us where you from.
I'm originally from Hollywood, Florida, but I'm living in Atlanta. Well, I'm living on the outer skirts because Dallas is not Atlanta. Shout out to Amaretto.
Yeah,
Respect.
nah, for sure, for sure, for sure. I love that. And I appreciate how you show up and how you operate. Tell us a little bit about your industry and how you operate within your zone of genius, as I like to say.
Okay. So I wear a lot of hats. That's why I consider myself a boss lady, of course, because not only am I a mom, a wife, I'm also a small business owner of JJ's Toys and More Party Rentals here in Dallas, Georgia, and we service the metro Atlanta area. But I'm also an independent artist. I be out here pushing my music out. I was just out last night. Shout out to Nathaniel Knight. His single release party was pretty lit. So, I'm just out here networking and working and making things pop.
Yeah, nah, I totally agree. No, I was actually out last night too. I had the pleasure of going out to celebrate, and then I got back today to get to get a job offer. So it was exciting to just be able to go out and network with like-minded professionals is super dope. And you mentioned always networking. How important is networking to you as a independent artist?
Okay. For me as an independent artist, but also as a business owner, as a small business owner, it is very important to network. People tend to they don't focus on that part. Relationships are everything.
Yes.
I have people that are in the music industry, but that are doctors and lawyers and nurses and that work at McDonald's, like whatever. Like I know all kinds of people because I can get along with just anybody. Networking and relationships is important because you never know when you might need a person or if you'll be able to help them out of a situation or help them to get somewhere or whatever. Like relationships are so important. Networking is very important. It's the only way that you'll be able to really truly get your business out there and be considered a reputable company when people can literally speak for your company or for you who you are without you even presently being there. You understand?
Yes, that's amazing, and I love that because I think so many times we miss the power of not only networking but also collaboration as well within the Black.
Yes.
I think we have to be able to come together as a unified voice. Shout out yours, and then also just being able to have the opportunity to uplift and empower each other because there's so much power in Black ownership. So, how does kind of collaboration build and extend your business, but also your brand?
I mean, to be honest with you, like I said, I just wear many hats. It's just always, it's like this. If you know Denequia, you know her for JJ's Toys and More. You know that she can sing. We put it all together. So when we bring in a bounce house, if you want a singer, guess what? I'm there. Things of that nature, like always combining everything all up under one umbrella to where, we just kind of become that number one entertainment company, party rentals company here in
Exactly.
our
I
area.
love it. I love it. I love it. And I think it's so interesting to see not only the personality but the grind that comes behind what you do and how you show up. And so I want to know like what's the motivation behind, you showing up how you do because it is inspirational.
Well, the motivation is really my family, my kids. I want to show them like, look, you can do this. I started having kids early. Who didn't? But at the end of the day, just being able to look them three in the eye and say, look, mom gave it all. She did everything. She got her degree. She finished school. She's doing her music. We have this business we're growing for you guys. Like that's the ideal way to live. Like it's ideal. So I just want to keep motivating and inspiring them. So I have to walk the walk, not just talk the talk. So when mommy says, hey, I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna make sure our business is done, right. And we're going to be, provide good A1 customer service. Like we're teaching our kids to be like mini us's, but better. And that's what every parent should be trying to do, doing that. So my motivation is really just my family. I just want to make my kids proud of me and make God proud of me, of course.
I love that. I love that, and I think the one aspect that kind of stood out to me when you said making your kids and your family proud is the fact that it's almost a legacy that you're definitely building. How important is leaving that legacy to be able to allow your name to carry on? You tapped into it, but I kind of want you to go into depth a little bit.
I mean, it means everything. It means everything because I was left with nothing. My mom died when I was 8. My dad died when I was 17. So I didn't have anything. I had to build the type of life that I would want to live and the type of life I would want for my kids. You understand? Like literally, when I say I was homeless, I mean it. So it's just that's the real motivation behind the business and the music and everything, just being able to step out and pave my own way and create a legacy for my kid and my great grandkids and great 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 grandkids. Like when I'm not here, I still want them to be able to eat off anything that we've built for them. The music, the business, everything.
That's is crucial, and I think that I think women like you are definitely essential mentors and pillars in our community. You mentioned being a product of Hollywood, Florida. Talk about how your childhood shaped you into being the woman that you are today.
My childhood it taught me to just be strong. It just really taught me to be strong and to not take life so serious because I used to take life so serious and I was like, I hate people. Especially when somebody make me mad. But after a while I just realized, especially, you just be like, look, life is life, it is what it is. I come from the mud for real, food stamps to living in a house to my dad going bankruptcy and us back in the ghetto and I'm looking around like I thought I left here. So it is what it is, but the grind is real, and I'm out here and I'm getting it, because I don't want to ever have to go back to that. You know how us women are. Once we kind of get into a space where we elevate, and we want to continue to elevate, and y'all men too, and y'all deserve to be able to have that happen to you in your life. Everyone does. Elevation is inevitable. It's necessary for growth, for you to be able to be successful at anything you're doing. It's just what it is.
Yes, definitely. I love that. And I think one of the things that always stood out to me when I'm building my business or how I'm transitioning throughout different phases of my life is the fact that we have to be able to be able to lead the change that we want to see instead of changing the lead. And so talk what does that kind of like quote mean to you, like leading the change that you want to see? What does that mean?
Exactly as I said, walk in every word that I speak, because action is important.
Uh,
Words are just words. Anybody can say, look, I'm trying to build this for my family. Then they go play, they spend the money that they do put in, but that's just not me. I'd rather build it up, save it up. You know what I'm saying? Reinvest, things of that nature. So just being able to put forth action behind your words, that means everything. That's the answer to everything. Putting action behind your words. That's all.
Love it. I love it. I love it. And so let's get into the music a little bit. Like I mean, I heard Cloud Nine. I was
Oh my God.
listening to that. That was phenomenal. Talk about the inspiration and the just the thought process behind that song.
And somebody said, yes, in fuzz underscore east. Listen, Cloud Nine was a song that I wrote like 3 years ago. And what's crazy, it was a lot of drama behind putting this song out. I'm gonna share a little bit with you guys. Okay, so I wrote this song 3 years ago. I didn't have the ideal male for it. I just kind of wrote my verses and I was like, okay, some guy's gonna come along and I'll just, if they sound good enough, we'll just put them on there. I initially thought Euro got it. Shout out to him because that's my homie. But I couldn't get to him in time, so I wound up using Saint Soprano, which he's not like a number 2 option. He just stuck out at an event, and I just knew I had to have him. You understand? So he was actually the right option for this song. So he's from New York. He hopped on the track. He did his thing. He didn't even have no pen and paper. I sent him the track like the day before, we was gonna go in the studio. He was like, "Man, look, I ain't worrying about it. I'm just listening to it when I get in there." So I let him hear the parts that I had, and he just already knew what to say.
Yes, yes, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. And so I see the dynamic. It's almost like a dynamic duo within. You being the businesswoman, but also the artist. Talk about the vibes of being in a business office versus being in a studio creating magic.
In my real life, I am so reserved. I've had people tell me that. I've had Bobby Valentino's manager, shout out to her. She's told me, she's like, "Look, Denequia, I can just tell you so reserved in your own real life, but when you get a chance to perform on stage, you just lose yourself. You just let it go." And I was like, "Yeah, because I be wanting to have fun. I just want to have fun." So the difference is I'm reserved when it comes to business and handling business. But when it comes to my artistry, I'm more free. I'm just creatively free to be what I want to be who I want to be. And I just know how to turn it on and turn it off.
That's amazing. That's amazing, and I think that's important and essential. Especially the fact that you're so creative and innovative with the craft, and I think it allows not only a peace of mind, but also us to relieve pressure sometimes when we're creative and innovative with the ideas that we come up with as entrepreneurs and as artists. So I want you to tell us, the people that are listening and watching the replay, like, what was one of your favorite songs that really like, if you had to choose top, like, I want to say, a lot of people say top three, I'm gonna say top two, because now
Okay.
that's a little bit more pressure. So what's the top two songs that you created?
My top two songs, I love Cloud Nine, but my top two songs are The Mud, featuring my cousin Sean Godchild and my cousin Spoke, and my song Oceans Flow.
Okay.
Because Oceans Flow, I don't know if you heard it yet, but it's a song that I wrote during quarantine. We were all kind of going through detached, gaining weight, losing friends, found out they weren't really your friend.
Yep.
Family members going through, people dying. It was just a lot going on. And Oceans Flow was my way to be able to, hug you from where I'm at, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, nah, definitely sharing that love, and I'm glad that you said that, because I think amid the pandemic, there were so many things that were going on, and even as it kind of subsides now a little bit, I think us being able to kind of make that transition out of it, to be able to see the opportunities and possibilities that exist, like, I really wanted to kind of like allow you and give you the floor to like give that motivation, or some words of encouragement to an
Yeah.
aspiring entrepreneur that really wants to follow your footsteps. What would you say to them right now?
I would just say plan. A plan is so important. Educate yourself. I was pregnant with my son King. Googling, learning about music. I went to YouTube University, learning how to upload music, copyrights, things of that nature. Like just understanding whatever you're trying to get into, you have to understand what it is first. You get where I'm going with this?
Yes.
And you have to be willing, you really truly have to be willing to give it all you got. Whether it be to start a business, whether it be to, decide to want to, live your dream out or whatever. Like you have to have a plan. It starts with a plan. You can't just get into something and just do it and think that things are going to go right. A
Yeah.
plan is necessary, it's important, it's inevitable.
Yep, inevitable, and I'm a content writer, and for those of you who don't know, I'm the chief content writer at BIM. But I think it's so phenomenal how you articulate your words, and the jargon and the language you use is so emotionally appealing, and so I think a lot of times we forget about that as we're attracting the attention of our ideal client or consumer. So I want to dive into like the sweet snacks and the food, because like
Okay.
when I went to the IG page, I didn't even have to look at the words or the time. Like, I was just like, uh, what is this? I need to know about it. So tell us a
So
little.
you're talking about Army Sweet, so Army
Yep.
Sweet,
Hmm.
Army Sweet's the boss lady. Because
Yes.
I had to create a jingle for it. That's also on all platforms. Make sure y'all go get it. R&B Sweets jingle. But R&B Sweets, I got chocolate covered frosted pretzels. I got white chocolate covered pretzels. Aisha on here, shout out to her from Nightmare Radio. I just did an interview with them. I left them with some sweets. I always make sure that I bring sweets. So I'll make sure if you can just, DM me your P.O. box or whatever, I'll send some out to you. I got you
Okay.
covered, bro. I
So,
know you're on a diet, so I ain't gonna send you a lot. I'll just
hey
send you a
man,
couple
I
things
mean,
to snack
like,
on when you want to
I'm
cheat.
a former, like, so I used to play soccer, so this pandemic, made me so lazy, like, because as a writer, you sitting down at a desk, and like I got, my friends hit me up, let's go to the gym, but I got to meet these deadlines. So yeah, I definitely got to get back into the groove of things, but I ain't passing up on those no sweets. So you go ahead and I
I'll get some out to
order and
you
I'll leave it alone.
ASAP.
Hey, thank you so much. So, what, like, I see, are those your children that you post on the page? Are
Yeah.
they're the inspiration behind the flavors. What's the like inspiration behind the flavors? Because I know some people like have a hard time getting their kids to go to sleep or do homework, and so like they might create this flavor for this snack to be able to say, okay, this is a legacy for this kid and this child, so that they can be able to acknowledge what went behind the thought process of the flavor.
I understand. So with R&B sweets, my kids like chocolate
Mhm.
and we like pretzels. So it was just ideal. But mainly R&B Sweets by Boss Lady Denequia was really a snack line I made for us like indie artists or just artists in the studio. People
Okay.
like you creators, when you're in the studio, when you're at an event, if there's a vending machine there that has it and which are coming soon across Atlanta, pray for me. I got to
That
work. It's going to take some years, but I'm coming for you because it's already trademarked. So I'm coming. But that's the ideal thing for me. Putting it in an office setting, putting it in like little small studios here, and going into partnership with the owners. Like, look, this we cut it. That way everybody eats because everybody deserves to win. But the Peasy Bites, those are inspired by my late brother because he's the reason why I even got into music. In 2017, he passed away. But a day before he was gunned down, he told me to pursue my music. He was like, you need to get back into doing your music. You're recording a lot of music and you're not doing nothing with it. You're just riding around listening to it. And I'm like, I don't know if nobody's gonna like my voice because believe it or not, I low key for a long time did not think I can sing. Shout out to Director Hollywood. He's on here briefly, right quick. I know he's probably driving because he said something to me that stuck out when he first met me. So regardless of what, I appreciate him for saying that sometimes less is more when it comes to me vocally because I already have the talent. When he said that, that stuck. I'll never forget it. So I'm glad he came on here. That was God.
you know
But with the R&B sweets, the Peasy Bites are inspired by my brother, and they're just chocolate peanut butter bites. I had to do something for him.
exactly. That's
Let
amazing.
his name ring in the streets.
Yeah, you got to, and I love the fact that you said less is more, because one of the sayings that I always say to my clients is less words for more impact, and I truly believe that when we are able to not only say something with purpose and passion to give someone a perspective, that impact that they feel through the words that we say will allow them to take strategic decision to actually be able to one, support or invest their time and their revenue in the craft that you have to offer. And so I really I want to know what's next for you, because I think you definitely I was excited when you said mentioned the vending machine bit, because we interviewed someone I interviewed someone that's in the vending machine industry. I was like, yo, that's a good play for you.
You need to connect that, bro. You need to connect that. If you don't
Yeah.
mind, you need to connect
Yeah, I got you.
that.
So like I do my own personal interview series as well on my personal channel, and I interview and this partnership was greatly needed, because now the fact that I interview people on my channel, and then I get to do this Monday through Thursday. I want to move into the space of doing it as a lead magnet to bring people into a collaborative community. So I definitely reach out. It's Rezo vending. So yeah,
Razor bending.
I'll send you her IG and everything like that. But she's really dope, and I think that would be a good play for you, because that's passive income right there. And I know you all about that bag, so it's dope.
Only if money involved.
Right? Hey, that's the goal, and I think it's strategic. So let's tap into that real quick because for me as a writer, like a lot of people say, like, why are you applying for jobs now? So like I have I'm obtaining my master's degree within the next year, and so for me, like corporate jobs would be a stream of multiple income, but then
Mm.
I could write like an ebook or a course or even offer services that might be passive streams of income. Talk about how important it is to diversify the streams of income that you have based off of the gifts that God has blessed you with to be able to create these different streams or these different funnels of revenue so that you can be able to have that network that you mentioned and you harped upon to be able to market to.
Don't spend a lot of money. Don't spend a lot of money. And remember, the price of everything is going up. It does take at least 2 to 3 incomes just to run a household these days. Everything is going up from gas, food, everything. That should be your number one motivation to, want to venture into entrepreneurship. It's okay to help someone build their dream, but you got to want to build your own too. That's important. People don't people don't realize that until it's too late when they're older. They're like, I wish I would have opened a business. I wish I would have did this. I had people that were already doing that in my family that I looked up to. Shout out to my Uncle Mike and my Auntie Lassie. They owned Three Sisters Ice Cream in Hollandale, Florida. Literally, I went to Hollandale High. It was right across the street. I used to walk there after school and go to work. I worked for my aunt and uncle, and they helped me. They taught me how to do accounting. They showed me how to do inventory and logistics, like at an early age. Before I even went to college, I was already learning how to run my own business. Education is paramount. If you can't get it visually, as far as somebody standing next to you and teaching you physically, Google, YouTube University. Do what you got to do to learn what you're trying to do. Does that make sense? Because everybody don't know everything.
Definitely love that. I definitely appreciate that, and I think it's so unique to have the opportunity to be able to not only grow and enhance and build your repertoire, but also be able to have that that awareness and that cognitive sense of, okay, that how do I increase my ROI or my return on investment, but yet yield the investment to get into the industry and not spend too much, because some people, they do spend way too much to get into the industry and then the ROI is not even there.
Let me tell you something. People worry too much about impressing folks. I always tell people, oftentimes what I do everything smartly. Not going to go into all my strategies, but my business, a percentage of it pays for my music, because that's the only way that I would be able to do the music. You understand what I'm saying? At the same time, I'm building and saving and constantly buying for my business to continue to grow. So I'll never deplete what my business is
Right.
pushing out just all for my music, because although it's a dream and it makes money, but not as much as I would like yet, and one day it will, but I'm okay with moving at snail pace. You have to be okay with moving at snail pace. And people today, they want to rush. Everybody wants to make $1 million right away. And it just doesn't happen that way. Just like when people look at you, they think you're supposed to be on tomorrow. And you're like, nah, everything takes time. Everything takes time. So yeah, multiple streams of income are very important for everybody in their household right now, because the price of food is going up, the price of gas is going up. Not only that, if you're a dreamer, and I'm talking to the dreamers because I'm one, if you're a dreamer, you have the chance right now. This is your ideal moment. While the world is constantly on social media, everybody's always looking for a t-shirt. They're looking for a candle. They're looking for a sex toy. Excuse my language. They're looking for, it's marathon. Not, there we go. Director Hollywood said it's a marathon, not a sprint. And that is so true. Like, we got to be willing to take our time to get where we're trying to go. Because when you rush it, you lose it. If you do get up there, you're going to lose it fast, because you didn't learn anything. You didn't learn anything throughout the process. I like something that Rick Ross said in his book. He was like, I miss those days of just being in a hotel and it'd be 2 beds in there and me and my homies just be all sleeping in the bed together, foot to toe, just trying to make it. Like, when I was trying to get myself out there, he was like, if I can go back to those times, or if I had a chance to really like bask in those moments when they were there, I would appreciate. He appreciates where he's at, but he appreciates the path he took to get there. He appreciates how long it took to get there. You get where I'm going?
Yep, definitely, definitely. And I think for me, even like as a business owner now, I started my first LLC at 18, and I'm 31 right now. And just to see the first quarter of 2022, the way it's shaped up for me has been like, okay, yes, I have to continue. I have to keep going because the opportunities are going to continue to exist if I continue to persevere and be resilient. And so it is a mindset shift you have to continue to actually be able to adapt to, because there's not going to be always good days. There's not going to always be, the opportunity that exists that can change your life overnight. You're going to have to, get it out the mud, as you say in your songs, or, there's some times that you're going to have to be able to utilize just that last ounce of hope to be able to, take that leap of faith. Because I always say the magic happens outside of your comfort zone. So you mentioned a lot of times, being in certain situations where you just had to, persevere. So talk about that. Like how, have you been able to thrive and strive outside of your comfort zone at times to be able to get to where you are today?
I've become brave. I've become brave. I'm not afraid to test the boundaries. I'm not afraid to be creatively me. But also like in my bosshood, when I'm being reserved, I'm not afraid to be the boss because I know that I am one. You understand what I'm saying? And that's not anything arrogant. It's just the honest to God truth. Like if you're a boss, you're supposed to act as such, and people have to respect you for who you are. So at the end of the day, what's in your heart is what's important. That's what's going to help you along your journey. I came from nothing, but now I have enough to say I'm content. And yes, I still want more because, again, it's just what I want. I just want more. But you can always stop when you're ready. But me, I don't want to conquer the world. I'm not looking to do that. I'm just looking to have my piece of the pie in every area of my life that I want, if that makes any sense at all, you
It
know?
it does, and I think one of the things as I sit here and listen to you, because I always, for anyone on the live that always knows, me and my sayings or my analogies, I always say listen, learn, and leverage. And
I
so as
love
I
it.
listen to you and I'm learning from a dope entrepreneur like yourself, I think about how our environment, it trains us, and there's a saying that says what entertains you will train you. And
Hmm.
so when you're able to have the right environment and the right people in your life, then you'll be able to, of course, pursue and achieve your dreams because you have the right people and pouring into you. And so I love the fact that I was able to partner with the Black American market, because I
Yes.
was just talking to Mariah today. It was like, you all are like family. As a writer, as a Black male writer, like, given how I grew up, sometimes like they look at me like, yo, you're not a writer. I'm a technical writer too. Like I just got a position as a technical writer. People like, this is like, you're not a technical writer. So it's the stereotype. Often I had to cut my hair too to get this position. And I think for me, it's more so being able to put those right people in your environment to be able to be like, have that mindset and that shift to say, okay, I can do anything I put my mind to. So how important is environment to you? Because you've been in these different environments as I listen to you, whether it's Hollywood, Florida, and now, being where you're at now, like how important has it been to put the right people and have the right space to curate that magic that you curate all the time?
Well, I love my peace. I love my peace now more than I've ever loved my peace before. So there's a lot of people that I've X'd out of my life because if your morals and values don't fit with mine, I just got to say bye. And there's no offense. I'm just trying, I just really want what I want. I want peace of mind, So I always tell people if you're coming to disrupt my peace, please leave me there and you go over there, so that way I don't have to worry about that but I'm a very distracted writer. I can really write in any situation or any thing that's going because I'll be playing with my kids and thinking of something and I'll be jotting down notes. So
So you got to explain that. I'm a very distracted writer. I'm like, how you gonna throw that out there and like that? Because like I'm always writing, so I want to know what's that.
I don't know. I just like right now I'm thinking of something. So it just is what it is. It's like, something comes to mind and from there I'm like, ooh,
Yeah, not and so for me, I always think about my craft in terms of writing like blogs, articles, and emails, those types of documents. I always thinking about it as like music. So like I always like to listen to like musicians like Blast or Bryson Tiller or even J. Cole when I'm writing, actually like writing documents, because they tell stories through their lyrics. And so for me, like I always utilize like the 10 to 2 a.m. to write. And I feel like you should hear a lot of artists going into the studio around that time to create.
Yeah, I like being in the studio at night. I
What is
prefer
that?
overnight studio sessions or late at night studio sessions.
Well, so why? Because I mean, like I thought I
It's
was
more relaxing.
a
It's more
writer.
relaxing. During the day, your mind is going. There's so much you got, like, if you got kids or if you got a job or whatever, like it's just too much going on to where when you go into the studio, it's kind of like it's your second home. So
Hmm.
you're relaxed and you're ready to be the artist or the creator. Like it's like you just switch. I know that happens to me. I just switch.
Nah, and that's dope. I love that. I love that. And so I know, like I want to ask you a few more questions before I let you go, and then I want to offer you the opportunity to get on my IG live series, because I definitely want you to come over there and get some promotion as well. But I definitely want to know. How would you give someone like myself advice, because I'm always looking to like I said, listen, learn, and leverage, like be the fact that you have that mentality of an overnight like session. Like I thought I was the only one that does something like that. Of course artists do it, and musicians, but how would you advise someone like a writer, like myself, that writes like these blogs, articles, and emails? What advice would you give someone like me?
Keep doing what you're doing. Do it your
Yeah.
way because your way works for you. You get what I'm saying? I always try to tell people don't do it like everybody else. If you're not really an overnight or 2, 3 o'clock in the morning writer or a person that can go and record a song, don't do it. Do whatever works for you. And that's to everybody. Do whatever works for you. Because what works for you may not work for me, but it works for you. So just stay true to you and do it how you're doing it because it's working for you. Now, if it's not working, just tighten up in one area. I always tell people procrastination is the devil. So we don't have time for that because there's so much work that we can be doing.
Yes, exactly, exactly, exactly. And I appreciate that. Like I love that. And I think the energy from you is so great, and I love it. And I think that's what we need within our black community. So like I said, I don't want to hold you for too long. I really wanted, to come up here and have this authentic, natural conversation with you. And it hasn't even felt like an interview. It's felt like a conversation between, two, dope people. So I appreciate you. And I just want you to leave us with some last minute words, like the last projects. Let the people that are watching the replay and the people that are watching live know where they can find you. What's the new single coming out? Let us know what's up. And I'm definitely
Okay.
going to that PO box so I can get those
So make sure you send me your PO box info because I'm gonna get the R&B Speaks over to you.
for sure.
But you guys can follow me on IG at Denequia, Denequia, or just hashtag Boss Lady 365. That is my hashtag. Check out the new merch that I have on my website at Denequia.com, Denequia.com. The only thing that I would really truly leave you guys with is just simple wording. God loves you and I love you too. I don't have to know you to love you. The world needs more love. We're not doing enough of loving each other, especially in our black community. And I'm mad about it. I'm upset about it. I want us to do better. So if you're on this live, if you go back and you listen to this later, all I'm asking is just for us as a people to do better. I do a lot of pay it forwards, be at McDonald's, taking my kids to eat or wherever. I'll pay for the person behind me. Do that once a month. It don't hurt. Once a month, do something like that or pay $10 worth of something, on somebody's groceries at Walmart. Just do good things because good things come to those who wait, but also to those who bless other people. And I realize that. I realize that. So that's what I just do. I just bless other people and I wait on God to give me what I'm supposed to get back, whether it be a blessing or, my business does better or, somebody just feeds me good spiritual food like my spiritual mother, Cynthia. Just do that. Just be good people and do
I
good
love
things.
it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I mean, it's been an honor. It's been a privilege to be able to be in the presence of someone like yourself that really truly pours into to us every day. So I mean, from the bottom of my heart, from the Black American Market fam, I really want to say thank you for just being able to take the time out of your busy day to let us interview you and let us have this dope conversation. For those of you all that's watching, go ahead and click the link in our Instagram bio and click this title above. Follow this young lady, support her, shower her with love because we all need to support our Black women that are doing phenomenal things. So I appreciate you, Queen. Continue to strive and thrive and succeed in life because I know you'll do those great things. And with that being shared, it's your favorite sensei with the wordplay. It's Progress J. I'm back here tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with another dope interview. And I want to say to you all, please be safe, be blessed, and continue to love up on each other. All right. So I love you all. There's nothing you can do about it. That being said,
Nothing.
you got something to say? Let them know.
No, I'm just saying. You said there's nothing you can do about it. You love them. There's nothing that they can
It,
do about it. I love you
always
guys.
love
There's nothing
that.
that we can do. There's nothing no one can do about it.
I
We
love
need
it.
to do that. We need to spread more love. We're not doing enough of that. I'm just watching our Black community. I know you about to sign off, but I'm just saying we really have to do better. And we're attacking our own people. And I'm like, we should be figuring out a way to try to get them the help that they need if it's a mental health issue or whatever it is.
Yeah,
More
nah,
uplifting words, less hate.
I love that. I love that. I think mental health it's an issue that's overlooked in our community, Black community, and I want to put the emphasis on kind of being able to definitely deal with those mental health issues through the power of the written word. So I appreciate you, Queen. I want to say thank you so much. And with that being shared, I'm gonna let you go. So as soon as you can, I want you to say one last minute motivation. I enough.
Hey,
I
look, I was
can't
about
enough.
to click it.
I
Okay, so what I will say is this because he's like, say something else. Look, I love you guys, but I do want to say this. For any entrepreneurs that are serious about starting a business, please plan and remember the first paycheck is not your last paycheck. It's the money. Really, honestly, for the first 3 years in business, all of that is really no money being made because all that has to go back into the business to grow it, to pay it forward, to make it better. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of business owners, they mess up. What they do is they start spending as soon as the money comes in. And they find that they're always chasing their tail. The business never gets off the ground, like it never progresses and grows. Shout out to our new employees, Cool Kid Energy, and also Biggs, because now we've hired employees. We're 6 years into the inflatable business and we're super excited. We're a Black owned, family oriented company, prior military, and we're just out here working. So if you're in it in the metro Atlanta area and you're looking for a bounce house, holler at us. And if you're looking for a singer songwriter, my booking company's information is in my bio. Thank y'all so
Hey,
much.
let's go, let's go, let's go. I love it. So you all have a good night, man, and I want you all to stay safe and be blessed. Thank you so much.